I'm your frugal prepper. So I'm starting to get moved into the new garage here. Um, Slowly but surely. I've been working on cleaning stuff out as I can. Still got too much stuff, I'll tell you. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is in this corner where there's no rails or anything, I'm going to build a little loft area up there like I have over here. Um, and that will give me a little more storage up there too. And I need to get up and clean that loft out because it's full of stuff up there. I don't even know what everything is. Um, I have my ramps hung up here. I made a spot for those. Get some extension cords. I got this drill out. I need to put it away. The electric power tools are all down here. And then there's like tool and die stuff and electrical and plumbing stuff there. Different liquids and stuff. This is a mix of stuff that was my father-in-law's and mine. There's this old chainsaw down there. I think it looks really old and kind of dangerous. I don't know. So I'm starting to get all this together. Got tunes. I got the Rolling Stones on 8-track if I need it. This whole thing still works. Got the speaker with the missing cover, and I got the other speaker hanging up over there. Then for now I just got tables over here. I'm going to be bringing the kitchen bar out of my old house over here, and it's going to get set up over here as a workbench. So for some reason my father-in-law had like hundreds of axes, and he even like put little tiger stripes on the handles and stuff. I don't know. Had a thing for knives and axes. So I found like a whole box of knife stuff. Nice sharpening stones and things in there. I got one of these tool kits at Harbor Freight, or not Harbor Freight, at Home Depot. I love these Husky ratchets so much. But they got the crescent wrench with the nice rubber handle too. I want to try that out. They only sell those with the little kits though. They don't sell them individually. They should. Got some belts there for... I just got done changing the one on the Pontiac. This is actually an old one. I usually take my old belt and throw it in the trunk in case I have a broken belt. And these two are for the PT Cruiser. I gotta do that next time I do an oil change on it. I have most of my lubricants and liquids and stuff that I use all the time right here on this little shelf. Hung my hammers up there. My 4-way. Don't use the 4-way much anymore now that I got a decent impact wrench. And see down here is just like some extra filters for the Pontiac, Chrysler, and the truck. Usually anymore I just order the Delcos for GM and Chrysler, and I order the Motorcraft for the Ford. They seem to work good. And I get them on Amazon. And usually they're an add-on item, so when I'm ordering something anyway, if I want to get the free shipping, I just throw a couple of those on there. Got some books. Got the book from the old, that was my old 1998 Buick. And then that one's from the library. I was trying to just see how to get to the rear motor mount. I figured it out today. How to get to the rear, or its transmission mount. It's not in the Haynes manual, of course. And I have the GM service manuals for that Pontiac as well. And then I have the Mitchell electrical diagrams book for 99 Domestics. That's a good book if you have to do electrical work. But it doesn't say how to do the rear trans mount in the GM ones either. So I'm just going to figure it out. keep some extra parts and stuff down here. I got the intake plenum gasket and the isolator bolts for my truck that need to be done. That's just a box of assorted plug wires in case I have to get, I break a plug wire on something and I just have to find one. My toolbox is here. My sockets and extensions. Screwdrivers and stuff. And pliers. And some more wrenches. These are standards, and these are ratcheting, and I'm missing my 15mm that I just used. I'm going to have to hunt that bad boy down. That don't make me happy. So these are my 3/8 sockets, and those little pads that you put on your angle grinder to clean off gaskets, some impact sockets, and these are all different metric bolts. Little torque wrench in there too. Drill bits. Oh, here's my other wrenches. I didn't throw it in here, did I? No, I'm missing one there too. Drill bits. Some of those little speed clippy things that GM uses. C-clamps, oil filter, wrenches. Oh, this is an assortment of O-rings and hose clamps and parts for the lawnmower and air tools stuff. These are valve stem seals for 3400 GM engine. And some other O-rings and gaskets and stuff for 3400 GM. It's mostly my electrical stuff drawer. This is a good digital meter. I also have this analog meter here. If you're testing a throttle position sensor, there's nothing like a big old analog meter, because that needle will come up and you can just see it jump it off if there's any variation. And your digital meters just don't track them fast enough usually. And this is like my straggler tool bin mostly. It's just like extra socket wrenches and stuff and sockets. And this is my propane tank. It's in the way. I just got this impact wrench, and this is the one I had before. Let me show you. So this is one you can get at Harbor Freight for $21.99. You might as well take $21.99 plus tax out of your pocket and set it on fire and burn it. Because that thing won't break loose a lug nut. If you tighten lug nuts down with it and don't go back over them with the 4-way, your wheels will fall off when you're driving down the road. In fact, I don't know why I still have that in my toolbox. It belongs right there. Get that out of my way. This is $80 at Home Depot. This wrench kicks butt. I have been using the heck out of it. In fact, I already scratched it up. Look at that. But yeah, I love that wrench. It just breaks stuff loose, no problems at all. So I'm real happy with this purchase. Son's bike hanging up. Trash bag. There's the old rear struts out of the Pontiac. Oh, this is my computer. See if it's alive. Yep. I've also got my software on there to look up stuff, and then I've got this I don't know, it's an ODB2 interface, but I can plug that at my USB port and I have a little extension so I can reach up under the hood and take it with me. But I can read codes and all with that, but I also can build a graph and look at sensors as the engine's running and see what my O2 sensors look like, see what my fuel trims look like. So it's real handy. It's one of those like super heavy duty, indestructible, waterproof, throw it in the dishwasher if it gets dirty laptops. So yeah, I love that thing. It works great for a garage laptop. See, I got my air compressor is over here. Just a little Harbor Freight guy. This is a Campbell's Hausfeld hose from Walmart, and the price was right, but it's real stiff and doesn't bend. Get one of those red rubber hoses. Those things really suck. I'm hoping it hurries up and breaks so I'll have a reason to go to Harbor Freight and buy one. Just got done draining the water out of it. And I got my little stick welder right there. I got to weld my lawnmower handle on my mower. And I put me in a 20 amp plug. I did that like last fall, but it's working out just fine. I just got one of those little plastic boxes and screwed it to the wall. And then there's a 30 amp service coming in here. So what I did was one of those 30 amp fuses is really 20. It really just needs to be 20. So because it's 20 up here and that feeds the garage outlets. So there's a 20 in that one. And then there's a 20 over here that feeds this 20 amp outlet. But I could at some point bump these up to 30s. And then my plan would be to go ahead and I have this other little breaker box. I want to put that in and make that a 30 amp main and feed that box and put in some breakers. And then maybe divide my outlets up into multiple 20 amp circuits. Because at 220, there's two legs of 30 amp 110. So I can, divide that up a little better. Aluminum cans. The broken big wheel. My son broke that today. They just don't make big wheels like they used to. This is another find I've found. This oil is from Sam's Club, and this is really good oil. It meets those new, I don't know if you can see that, but it meets the new GF5 ILSAC recommendations for like all the newer cars, and so it also meets all the SMs and SNs and SJs and whatever that is too. But it's $24 for a case of it, and that makes it $2 a quart. And my Pontiac has that oil sensor thing in it that tells you when the oil actually needs changed, and it'll vary. Like I'll notice when I use really cheap oil, it won't even make it 3,000 miles. It says it needs changed. When I use a really good oil, like that synthetic blends, I've had it last 5,000. It's been getting almost 6,000 miles before the oil sensor comes on with that stuff, and it still looks pretty okay when I drain it out. I mean, it's not like thick or black or anything. It's just a little dirty. So I'm happy with that stuff. Might be a tip to save you some money. But yeah, that's about it. I've got to get my creeper over here. I'd like to get a couple more jack stands as well. I only have two. I'd like to be able to get all four corners of the car up if I need to. If I ever do a transmission or something. I probably need to get some bigger jack stands too. Get some of them big 10-tonners. I'd love to have one of those new rapid lift, high profile or low profile jacks that go up real high, but they're expensive. I'll probably just stick with the old, put a 4x4 on it and make it go higher thing for now. And that's about it. So let me know what you think if you have any ideas or whatever. Got my used oil there, and I hang my drain pan up there when I'm not using it. And then save the Tidy Tack containers for the used oil, and then I take that to the junkyard where my friend works, and they have a waste oil furnace that they use it in. So they're always looking for good, decent used motor oil. I think that's about it. Alright, folks, let me know what you think. Just what I've been up to lately is trying to get this garage organized and ready, and just maintenance stuff on the Pontiac today. I put in the rear struts, and I had to clean the idle air control. It was all plugged up with carbon, and it was idling funny. It was acting like it had a vacuum leak. I would see the long-term fuel trims, you know, go from a relatively like high level, and then when you brought it up, I'd see them slowly come back down. I'd see the shorts adjust for it, and it's like, that's saying vacuum leak. I don't see a vacuum leak. I don't hear one. But it's that IAC. I took that sucker out, and it was just plugged full of carbon. So I cleaned it out real good, and it's idling fine now. Alright, I'll talk to you later, folks. This is Tom, your Frugal Prepper.